Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is going to be on Star Trek Picard, Season 1, Episode 1. Oh man, it's good. It's good to be back in this world. I have to tell you, The Next Generation is my favorite Star Trek. I love all Star Trek, really, except for like Deep Space Nine. I didn't get into all that, but I love all the other series that they had come out, and I love all the movies. But Picard, Jean-Luc Picard has always been one of my favorite characters in Star Trek because he is just awesome, awesome. But it was hard to see him in this. I mean, it broke my heart when he first started talking and moving around, and just how old he is. Not just the character of Picard, but Patrick Stewart. I just hate it. I hate he's at this level, and I know it's just life. It happens, and we have to see this kind of stuff. But it really broke my heart to see him. But it was so cool on the other hand to see him again because I love the character, and to see if they're continuing this. And they mention, some things that happen in Next Generation, some of the character names, references. They reference the series quite often in this episode, and Nemesis. Even pulling out B4 from the cabinet. And going, well, this is what was supposed to be Data, and that's another thing. I love Data, and really him and Data together made the Next Generation. And to see him, it didn't look like a good Data. I'm sorry. I have to say that even though I liked what they wrote for the character in this first episode, at least, I didn't like seeing Brent Spiner, the actor that plays Data. I didn't like seeing him at old Data because you could totally tell, and he's an android, and he's supposed to look the same no matter what year it is. I mean, he's supposed to live forever, but you could see the age in the actor, and it just really took me out of it, unless they would have said something like, I see that the new enhancements to make you look older are working, or something like that, but they didn't. They tried to play it off like it was, the same Data, which maybe the same actor, same character, but you could tell that the actor had aged, and I didn't like seeing that. So I thought that was a mistake showing him like that. But anyway, that's a small nitpick to how I felt about the whole episode overall. I loved it. I love the idea of the series, and the fact that they even talk about the whole thing of why Picard left, Starfleet, was because of what happened in this new rebooted universe. The one with what's his name? Can't remember the guy's name that's playing the new Captain Kirk, but Chris something. Gosh, I can't remember his name. Sorry, guys. But anyway, because it's not even about that. But it's about the fact that they reference, because Spock came back in time and created this whole new universe, which the other 10 movies, the original Prime universe of Star Trek, did exist and still does exist. And they, Romulus got destroyed. They explained that Romulus got destroyed in that movie, and that's what caused the time travel effect that created this whole new universe. Anyway, but in the Prime universe where Romulus got destroyed, that was why Picard left Starfleet, because Starfleet let those Romulans, he was trying to move Romulans from Romulus before it blew up. And the fact that Starfleet wasn't about it, and they let something like 900 million Romulans die, just because they were the enemy. And he didn't like where Starfleet was going. That's not the right kind of way of thinking, and that's not the way Picard thinks, so that's why he quit. I love that they introduced that and kind of added to the story of the movies, and everything. Just referencing the movies and the Next Generation, I really thought was brilliant, because it makes you feel that this world still exists, and it does, and it was incredible. The whole thing about, synthetics, kind of like Data was a synthetic, and synthetics aren't allowed, they're banned now because of what happened in the past with them. And finding out that this girl, and this is going to be spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers for the episode, just know that I love the episode and you should watch it. Okay, if you're a fan of Star Trek, you should watch this show because I think it's going to be incredible. But spoiler alert, that the girl in the episode is the daughter of Data, and finding that out was really cool because there was an episode back in Next Generation called Offspring where he tried to create a daughter and actually did create a daughter, and she ended up, subsequently dying. And this girl, is another daughter of his. Where she came from or how she was built, is still kind of out there. But they find out, she dies, but they find out there's a twin of her because they always make synthetics and twins, just like what will happen with Data, him and Lore being brothers, one evil, one good. And I wonder if that's the direction that this is going to take, because one was definitely good, protecting Picard and trying to get him away. And that was another thing during that sequence, when they're running up the stairs and he's like, hold on, because he's an old man, and like I said, I just hated seeing him old. I just hated it. But I understood it, but that was one thing that just kept on getting me at the heartstrings. Like, come on, Picard, run up them stairs. But anyways, the fight sequences in this episode were incredible. I thought they were awesome. And she jumps up those stairs and fights that Romulan, and ends up beating him, but he spits some kind of acid at her and she ends up blowing up and dying. I was just like, dang, they're going that fast with this. I like it. Keep me going. Then you find out there's the twin. So there's the other twin that's on the Borg cube at the end of the episode. Whew. Man, when I saw that that's where they were, it's the Romulans, or like, I don't know what happened to this Borg cube, but they're like in stasis or something like that, and they're like, taking all the, technology from it, harvesting pretty much the cube itself. And when they backed away and they showed that they were inside that Borg cube, I was like, ooh, man, give me more Borg. Give me Picard. Give me, and and I love that he named his dog number 1. How about that? That would have been cool if I was Picard. That's what I totally would have done. But we're going to get Will Riker. He's coming back. As far as the preview show, they show him back, and I guarantee he'll probably be back in this next episode coming up. And I'm excited about that. And Troy's coming back, 7 of 9 from Voyager, which I love the Voyager series as well. And I love 7 of 9's character. So it's good that she's coming back. Hugh is coming back from the Next Generation. That he was a Borg that got pretty much made an individual, because the Borg is a collective of billions of different Borg, acting as one mind, and he got separated. And they pretty much cured him actually just disconnected him from the Borg hive mind, and he became an individual named Hugh. And he's coming back. He's in the preview. So I'm excited about this show, guys, and you should too. But I honestly don't know, if you've never seen any Star Trek, if you would really understand what's going on if you watch this. I was glued to my seat because I know the lore, and I know the specifics of the lore. So to me, it was just Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg, and I was just like, aha, and so I really loved it. It got me excited. It really got me excited. So if you're a fan of Star Trek, and especially of Next Generation and the movies and stuff, you will love this episode. I believe I did. But honestly, if you've never seen a Star Trek episode or don't even know who Picard is, and you're trying to start here with Star Trek, I really think you might be lost in a lot of ways. So if I was you, if you're really wanting to get into the series, revisit some key episodes of Next Generation, and probably Star Trek Nemesis and the new Star Trek that came out. Chris Pine. Nailed it. Chris Pine is the new Kirk. This new, they call it the Kelvin universe, and the one with Captain Kirk and Picard is called the Prime universe. So if you really want to kind of understand that, I'd watch Nemesis, and then maybe the new first original Star Trek out of the new trilogy. Then you might be able to understand what's going on. But anyway, it's not important. What's important is that they're continuing the Star Trek Prime universe. So that gets me excited. But that's enough about what I thought. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember, the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!